Yes guys, just checking in for another vlog style video on the channel. I've just finished up my lower body training session there. I had a little bit of food at the gym. Actually came down to a gym that I used to go to a couple of years ago when I moved to Dubai, Jumeirah Park, the warehouse gym, if anyone knows that from Dubai. But really nice gym. Got a very nice outdoor part to the gym as well. Nice little kind of seating area where you can do a little bit of work. Had some good food too, but been putting up quite a few different style of videos on the channel over the last month or so, kind of just to try and gauge what you guys prefer in terms of content. I've been putting up some vlog style videos like this, some more kind of educational stuff, some of me like actually on my runs and stuff like that. So I think honestly for like the next 6 months until summer, I'm just going to put like an amalgamation of everything up and see what sticks. And I think often it's the videos that you maybe don't put as much effort into or don't think are going to do as well that end up doing really well. For example, I put a video up a couple of weeks ago of me just driving to the gym. I think it was 10 minutes talking about recovery and how I optimize my recovery, and that video got 5 times the amount of views that most of them usually do. So I'm probably going to go down that route a little bit more because it's super easy to video, like me just kind of driving, talking and stuff like that. I think the biggest barrier for me with YouTube in the past has been just the getting over the barrier of actually preparing to do videos and things like that, and like scripting them out doesn't really work for me. So yeah, I'm gonna aim to get 2 or 3 videos up a week. I've got a couple of videos to upload already. I took a video of our long run on Sunday, and I'm gonna round that off tomorrow when I video our interval session as well. I actually have a vlog of when me and Misha went for a staycation like a month ago as well that I haven't edited, but that's more of like not a cinematic one, but I wanted to kind of put quite a bit of effort into that one. And I have a couple of like VSL style videos as well to make, just in terms of like client progress. So if you have any recommendations or feedback on the videos, drop them in the comments below. But in terms of an update as to kind of where I'm at with training, feeling good. Dropped a couple of kilos pretty quickly on my fat loss phase. The reason that I was trying to lean down was just simply so I could run the half marathon quicker, and obviously it's always good to be a little bit leaner for socials and things like that. And to be honest, I just feel better in myself, a little bit more confident when I'm leaner. Like for me, when I'm around that kind of 78 mark, I feel really good. I still feel strong, I feel full, I can run fast, and as I say, I feel good in myself. So I'm maintaining a weight of probably around 78.2 to 79 at the moment, and I've got just under 3 weeks until the Birch half marathon. So I think if I stay, you know, just below maintenance, I should naturally kind of get down to around 78 kilos over the next 3 weeks. But I'm feeling good. I'm ready to PB that race. I'm very confident that I will 100% PB my half marathon. My PB in the UAE is 1:31 at Abu Dhabi last April, but it was much hotter. For anyone that knows Dubai and running, February is probably the perfect time of year to PB a race because the temperature is cool in the morning, you won't sweat too much, and the route that we're doing it on and Dubai in general is really flat. So I'm confident I will go sub 130. That's what we've been training for. Really put in the work. I am 9.5 weeks into a 12-week training program at the moment, and I've not missed any runs. The only run that I chose not to do was an easy run, and I just did some low intensity cardio instead. So I've ticked all the boxes. I've hit all the paces on my interval runs and the longer runs, where we've basically been putting in race pace segments into those runs. So for example, on Sunday, which you'll see in the video that I probably upload later on this week, we did 18k of total volume. We did a 5k warm-up at about a 4:50 to 5 minute pace, and then we did 4 sets of 10 minutes at the target race pace, which is around 4:10 to 4:15 for me, and I hit all of those at around a 4:08 on average. So I was really happy with that. And for me, like I'm good at running for a long time. Like I can do, you know, half marathon to a marathon no problem, as long as my body can handle it. And I'm also very good at like the low end speed work where you're running, you know, what I would say like 1.5 kilometers and less. But my weakness, I would say, is holding faster paces for longer durations. So the tempo work and the threshold work is where I've really been putting a lot of effort into in this prep, and I'm feeling a lot stronger. So hopefully I can hold a 4:10 to 4:15 pace for the entire of the half marathon. 4:10 would have me coming out at 1:28. If I'm honest, I'm not sure I can hold a 4:10 for an hour. Well, it would be 1:28. I'm not sure I can do that, but I think I'm confident that I will be able to go under 4:15 on average. I think what I'll probably do is run the first 5k at around a 4:20 pace, because I have noticed that I kind of like ease into and warm into runs. So for example, on that big 18k run we did on Sunday, I actually felt better on the third and fourth rep than I did on the first two. So I think that's good feedback for myself. And I would personally rather start a little bit slower, speed up, feel good, and then negative split a race, rather than doing what I've done in the past where I go out way too hot for the first 10k, really cocky, close to 4 minutes, and then I hit 12k and I'm absolutely gassed. And usually, obviously, because the temperature is, although it's not really warm, it does obviously warm up between like 6 a.m. and 8 a.m. in Dubai, so you tend to sweat more in the second half of the race. So I'd rather negative split it, start a little bit slower and then speed up. So I'll probably run the first 5k around 4:20, second one probably 4:15. That'll have me halfway through the race, and I'll see how I feel. But I'm confident. I'm not one of those people that says, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to PB if I haven't put in the work, but I really have. And as I say, weight wise, I'm at a good spot now. So it's basically just about finishing this prep now. We've got another big 18k this weekend, and then next week is a taper week where we will do just 12k on the weekend. So I'm super excited. I think I could probably do it now, but you know, another building week will have me in a good position. In terms of work, obviously January is generally a busy month for PT. We took on a lot of clients in December, and we actually signed up quite a few people in December for January. So we kind of onboarded a lot of people right at the start of January, and we've had a few kind of trickle in since then. I think we'll see quite a big spike in February as well, when people kind of start to figure out that, you know, they probably can't do it themselves and they've fallen off their initial plans. But I'm feeling really confident about work and my business in general at the moment. I feel like I've got it in an ideal, very good position to scale in terms of the team. Like, I don't think you can scale a coaching company effectively unless you've got a good team to facilitate the service and help you drive the lead generation. And if you look at the structure of my business at the moment, I have 3 coaches. I have, 3 coaches including myself. So myself, full-time coach Harry, and a part-time coach Peter, who has just got a small number of clients now. So we've got a lot of capacity in him. In terms of myself, I will take on probably 1 or 2 clients to personally work with me one-to-one each month. Harry will take on probably between 2 and 4 each month, depending on how many drop off of him. Like, naturally with the coaching business, you will probably have between 5 to 10% churn per month. So Harry's currently working with around 48 clients, so he'll probably drop 3 to 4 a month. So we just need to keep him where he's at, keep myself where I'm at, if not drop my numbers a little bit, just so I can free up extra time to work actually on the business as opposed to in it. And then my main focus until summer is to really drive Peter's numbers up to probably 20 clients. So we're dealing with around 100 people at the moment, and I have a goal set to get to 125 by summer, whilst continuing to provide a 5-star service and improving the service. I'll never grow the business at the exception of the service, and we're pumping out like 2 really high quality transformations each week now for our niche. We're not directly a body transformation company, so we're not getting people absolutely shredded. Our ICA, if you want to call that, ideal client avatar, the people that we generally work with, corporate professionals, mostly male, aged between, I would say, probably 28 and 40 years old. So people that are wanting to lean down, build lean muscle mass, and have really good energy to excel in their job and just be confident in the way they look and feel amazing year round. It's not about slashing people's calories, getting them shredded, making them feel like shit, and then putting them into gaining phases and having them put all that body weight back on. I want all our clients to feel amazing in terms of how they look year round. So that is the goal. But the coaching team is in a really good place. Our retention is fantastic. Like, I really want to work towards having a 5% churn for our clients. Like, generally a 10% churn. So if you've got 100 clients and you're losing 10 each month, that's considered good in the industry. But I want to get that right down to no more than 5 clients on average leaving each month. Obviously people do leave, it's just the way it is. Sometimes people sign up for something that they're not committed to, and there's nothing we can do about it. But we will put in as much work as we can from the coaching team side to get that client a result, and not only get them a result, but then support them and educate them along the way. So I want to get it down to 5% churn. And I think a big mistake that a lot of coaches make is they only focus on the front end of the business, like bringing new people in, and they don't focus on the internal and the back end of it enough. Because let's say you're bringing in 10 clients each month, if you're losing 10, your business is going to stay the same unless you change your price point, which is what we've done over the last couple of years. Is we've slowly started charging more as our service and results have gotten better, and we've started kind of charging generally in upfront packages, which brings more cash into the business. But I have a target to hit, so if we can grow by 3 to 5 clients each month, then I'm going to hit my target by summer. So yeah, I'm quietly confident that we can do that. And in terms of like the lead generation and sales team that I have a couple of virtual assistants that help me communicate with people on Instagram and LinkedIn to set calls, to book sales calls in for me to hopefully eventually turn into clients. There's a lot of conversations going on in my Instagram account, which I mostly handle, and I have someone that helps me with that. So essentially the structure of the team is 3 coaches, including myself. I would class myself as a full-time coach. Harry's a full-time coach, and we have a part-time coach, and then we have 3 lead generation staff who are obviously all remote. 1 in Australia, 1 in the UK, and 1 in the Philippines. So that is the team structure, and I genuinely think I can probably add an extra 25% revenue onto the company without hiring anyone else. And we're in a good spot. The profit margin is, well, the business is lean. Like, we operate on probably a 60 to 65% profit margin as well, which I think is really, really good for a coaching company doing the numbers we are. But yeah, we want to grow, but we want to improve the brand, we want to improve the service, we want to improve the quality of the results. And if you can do that, more referrals, reputation builds and stuff like that. In terms of training, I'm in a good spot. I'm still building strength whilst preparing for this half marathon. And as I say, body composition is in a good spot too. Obviously we can always be leaner, but I'm happy with the way I'm looking. So I'm feeling positive, and I feel like this is probably the best I've ever felt about the business and where it's at. There's no holes in the business. There's no poor members of staff that aren't up to standard. So yeah, I'm grateful for where we're at. And just reflecting on, 2 years ago when I came to Dubai, I just hired my first coach, didn't know have a clue what I was doing. In terms of revenue, we were probably doing like 30% compared to what we're doing now. So we've grown it at a good rate. Obviously there's a lot of people that grow their businesses quicker, but I'm been happy with the progression for now, and I'm feeling in a good position. I'm feeling like I'm handling things well. Without sounding cringe, I feel like I'm operating as like a CEO of a business now, not just running a coaching company with a couple of coaches in it. So yeah, ready to grow. I'm excited to see where we will be at this time next year. Obviously we've got a lot of travel coming up this year, but I think that'll be good for me, and it'll be good for the content on the channel as well. So I'm currently stuck in the worst traffic ever on Hessa Street obviously in Dubai. If anyone knows Hessa Street, it's literally the worst around JVC, and I'm trying to get back to where I live in downtown Business Bay. So I thought I would just make a productive use of the time and talk to you guys about what I've actually done today, because I think I have a lot of coaches that follow me as well on Instagram and YouTube, and I think I just want to make content that I would have found useful a few years ago. So what does a day in the life of an online coach / business owner look like, I guess? But what I did this morning was got up at 6:30, had my coffee, supplements, filled in my body weight, stuff like that, and then I aim to start work at 7 a.m. every day, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Wednesday I always go and do intervals, so a running workout with some of my friends, and then Sunday I do my run in the morning as well. So basically I start work a little bit later on Wednesdays and Sundays, and Wednesday in general for me is kind of like, it's a half day of work really, where I tend to like go out and do something with Misha in the afternoon, reset a little bit, and then go again on Thursday and Friday, because Fridays tends to be a big day of calls and check-ins. But anyway, today, so 7 a.m. I spent an hour, 45 minutes to an hour setting up. Basically I use Notion for pretty much everything with my business alongside Excel spreadsheets. So I have like a folder for every team member that I have on the team, with all their individual tasks, instructions, explaining obviously everything that they need to do. That's one thing that I would definitely recommend doing if you are taking on staff, is make a folder with everything, explain everything that they need to do. If they have any questions that hasn't been clarified by you, make sure that you put it in that folder, so that then if you need to replace that team member in the future, you have basically like an onboarding process. So I'll actually write down every single step of their job and sometimes I'll take a video or record a video of me explaining that as well. And then, as I say, if we do take on a new hire, then they can just work their way through that. So I was setting up my new LinkedIn assistant today with everything that she needs to do. 3 major tasks: outreach to new leads, communicate with leads, and then follow up with leads. Pretty simple. We do that on Instagram, but the process is a little bit different on LinkedIn because the people that you're dealing with are generally more professional and stuff like that. So that's all sorted. She's starting tomorrow, and that's an example of me. Like I would like to think that I move pretty fast with things that need to be done. Like I decided that I really want to push LinkedIn this year, so I reached out to her on Friday, asked her. I've actually worked with her in the past, asked her if she wants to come back on board and help me book some calls on LinkedIn basically and grow the platform. I had a call with her yesterday, and that's her onboarded to start work tomorrow by today. So thought popped into my head on Friday, and she's literally been hired and everything onboarded to start tomorrow, so within like 5 days. And again, that system's built out now that I can use for future team members. Traffic just cleared up there. I'm driving 10k in one direction here, so I don't really need the sat nav for now. Then what I did was I did a couple of check-ins. So generally I try and do most. It's Tuesday today. Try and get most of my check-ins done on Monday, but we have a lot of I work with a lot of clients in the US, so sometimes they'll submit their check-in form like a few hours late, and then I'll get it back to them on Tuesday morning. But always make sure that we get it back to them within 24 hours, just letting them know of any program changes. And then I went for some steps. I did about 6,000 steps, so half of my daily target all in one go. Takes the pressure off me for the rest of the day, and I'll probably have to go out for probably a 20-minute walk after my dinner tonight to hit my target of between 11 and 12k. And then I actually drove to the gym that I've just been at now, and I took 2 of my calls there. So I have a call every morning, Monday to Friday, with my Instagram assistant. So again, just going over leads there, following up on stuff, seeing where everyone's at there in the pipeline. And then I had a call with my coaches. So we do a call with the team, the 3 of us, every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Dubai time. And basically what we do on that call is we go over any issues that have come up in terms of clients, but obviously those would be addressed as and when throughout the week. The coaches would let me know. We obviously have a group chat together as well. Just went over new clients that have started within the last month, just to make sure that they're fully up to speed. The first 3 to 4 weeks of someone joining the program is essential. You have to get them some sort of tangible result within the first 3 or 4 weeks, I would say. Otherwise they start to lose focus. So even if that's just them getting into their training routine, dropping a little bit of weight, they have to get that buy-in to keep them motivated for the rest of the 6 to 12 months, whatever they've signed up for. That we then look at people who are coming on board. If I've had any calls with people that we need to onboard, we discuss the clients there and the best program to devise for them, and we just have a bit of a team meeting. They usually last 30 to 45 minutes. And then what I have the coaches do on a Thursday, every Thursday they will send me over a Loom video running over all their client base, letting me know of any issues, giving me information in terms of where they're at in their journeys and anything they need advice on. So we've got full visibility of the client base like twice a week really, because obviously there's only one of me, I can't coach everyone. So that's part of scaling a good coaching business, is building a world-class team. So although I'm not directly communicating with all the clients all the time, I still know exactly what's going on. I know where they're at in their journey, and that's really, really important to me. I never want someone to come on board with the team and think that they can't speak to me if they need to. And I do have input on everyone's programs, but it's just not possible to be coaching everyone. I think as the business owner, you should probably only be coaching max 40 clients, because you have to do a lot of consultation calls. You have to actually coach your own team as well. So that's what I did today, and then I trained, got some food, did some content. I'm driving back now, and what I'm going to do today, I don't actually have any calls this evening, which is unusual, so I'm going to use that time to record a YouTube video, not this one, but I'll probably edit this one and actually get it up today, because this is going to end up being probably 20 minutes long, which will be enough. So I'm recording a YouTube video, but it's going to basically be an in-depth insight into almost like a client case study of how I helped a director drop 14 kg of body fat in 16 weeks. So I'm going to run over everything in terms of what we did with his training plan, his nutrition, how he adapted things when he was really, really busy, what happened when his family were ill and things like that, how he adapted for travel. And I'm going to host this on YouTube, so it will be actual YouTube video, but I'm also going to use it as like a formal case study to send over to people on Instagram and LinkedIn who are maybe in similar situations and they benefit from seeing that case study. So it's essentially a good way to warm future prospects up to me and help them build some trust so we can actually generate people good results, because I think there's definitely a lack of trust in the industry at the moment, because there's a load of shit coaches basically charging way too much money. Like, I think you should definitely charge good money for your coaching services, but only if you can back it up with quality results, which we definitely can. And then I'll wrap things up. Just got a little bit of admin to do as well. I need to book my car in for the yearly service that is required in Dubai. And that'll be it. So that's a bit of an insight into where I'm at, what I've done today. I'm going to pick up tomorrow with my interval training workout and get that video uploaded as well. So probably at least 2, possibly 3 uploads to the channel this week. But this is probably the most raw video that I've ever done. So as always, we appreciate feedback. Drop a comment on the sort of videos that you're enjoying and I'll make sure to make more of them.